Hey gang, Hammersill here. Lunar Lancer Alia sent me this game, played in the Vanguard, which you can see is all tier 8, with 4 CVs. Got Implacable, Shikaku on the enemy team, Saipan, and Kaga on the good guys team. I haven't watched this, we're going to be watching this together, and really the communication from Alia was, as some of you may have seen, that this was a good game, which usually means it's close. Which I'm speaking only for myself, although I imagine probably a lot of others as well. Those are the best kind of games, win or lose. I think we've all had our share of, well, maybe more than our share of one-sided blowouts, which are the result of, in my opinion at least, just the snowball effect. You know, one team gets down a ship or two and suddenly they don't have the same firepower the other team does on one side or the other, and things snowball. Okay, so Alia is apparently going to move to support Akazuki, which seems to be heading toward the Alpha cap. Looks like North Carolina's going to be doing the same. Akazuki's trying to avoid being spotted by the planes, the Shikaku planes, which is probably a good idea. A little tougher for Alia to do that in the Vanguard. This Shikaku captain seems to know what they're doing. Staying just outside of AA range, and I'm sure they're going to want to step back away from that Cleveland a little bit, while spotting most, if not all, of Alia's team for the opposition. Akazuki's back on track, headed for the cap. Alia and the North Carolina moving to support. Probably going to see more shells from that North Carolina before it's over. And the Shikaku is back. I'm sure focused on ruining our Akazuki's day. Okay, detected, but Kiev is not within range to detect, so there's another DD at the Alpha cap, probably just outside of it. The fact that the enemy aircraft have dropped fighters over the cap. Yeah, there's an enemy DD in the Alpha cap. There's the smoke, and what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's the enemy Akazuki. So we know where the Kiev's at. We know where the Akazuki's at, and presumably Harakaze is going to be over at Charlie, although who knows? It's a very stealthy ship, could show up anywhere. The enemy Shikaku is doing a great job of keeping Alia spotted so the Akazuki can rain down HE shells. I imagine it's probably not going to be too long before we see torpedoes coming out of that smoke. Although the Akazuki captain may decide to wait until Alia's a little closer. To Alia's credit, Vanguard is headed straight for the smoke. We can see friendly Akazuki torps and the reload booster torps. So maybe they'll get lucky and catch that Akazuki that way. But if not, it looks as though Alia plans to basically just rush and then 3 of them gun down the enemy DD. That smoke can't be there too much longer. It's got to be dissipating now. Yep. Detected by Kiev there for a second. Now the smoke is gone. And here come the torps. Alia's doing a great job of turning in. Might be able to avoid this first set. It'll be close on this second one, but I think probably going to eat one. Yeah. And down goes the enemy Akazuki. Now Alia's probably going to slow down here to help finish up getting the cap. And yeah, get the heel going just to kind of counteract the fire. No longer detected. Just kind of sit tight. and look to reposition. All three of them having made it through this encounter with the enemy Akazuki and Shikaku planes. Okay, so they've got the cap. And you can hear the Akazuki. On the minimap up at Bravo 9, you can see the last known position marker for the Harakaze, so there's really no need to worry about Harakaze torps, at least not in the short term. The Kiev, what are the range on those torps? 8? Probably not a big threat there. If Kiev decides to charge at either Alya or the North Carolina, that could be a different story, but it seems unlikely with an Akazuki in the group here. And I'm sure their minimap shows the last known position marker for that Akazuki. Somebody's firing out there in North Carolina. And here come the planes. Were it me, I might slow down a little bit and let the North Carolina's AA bubble catch up.
The ship is on fire.
And hopefully the North Carolina will continue to push. Looks like you're going to have a broadside Alabama there. But behind an island, so that's not going to do any good. Cleveland's at max range, but that is a possible shot. Yeah, looks like maybe Ollie is going to hold fire in anticipation of possible attack from destroyer. And now it's how fast can we move? Can we outrun these torpedoes? That's a pretty close drop. Looks like Ollie is going to outrun one. No flooding, a little bit of damage.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
And coming back for another pass. Yeah, it's too bad North Carolina went outside like that. And there's the flooding, but repair party was back up. I think if North Carolina had come center, that sure would have helped. Ollie's got that broadside shot on the Alabama now.
Problem solved, sir.
Maybe a bit high, but still 5,000 damage. Nice shot. They've secured the cap, so now they've got 2 caps to 1. They're down 200 points. They are down 2 battleships, a cruiser and a destroyer. The red team has only lost a battleship and a destroyer, but Alabama's going down. I mean, there's no way around that. So the good guys are down 4 ships. The bad guys are down 3 ships. I really question what that North Carolina is doing there at Gulf 5. That North Carolina AA would sure help in the center here. Give a tip of the hat to all you for not only positioning to provide threat, but angling to avoid torpedoes. You see the enemy smoke there. Definitely don't want to push close enough for Kiev to be able to put torpedoes into the hull. Now the friendly North Carolina is alone, which was a, again, questionable decision. I can understand trying to find angles, but against 2 CV team, seems like a bad idea. It looks like Alya might beach here. Yep. That's alright. Just putting on the emergency brakes. Implacable's rocket planes are busy elsewhere. Unfortunately, Alia's team got gobbled up on the other side. Richelieu's showing, well, looks like it's showing some side, but if you look at the indicator in the center of the screen there, it really wasn't. It was pretty well angled. So Alia is holding fire, waiting for a good shot, and presumably considering how to get off the rocks without showing a full broadside to the Richelieu, which, given the direction Alia is turning, doesn't look like it's going to be possible. So now Richelieu showed side. Nice shot, no Citadel shot, still 10k damage. Wisely, I think, falling back. No more heals. 19,421 HP is all that our hero will have for the remainder of this fight. Now, down goes Akazuki. Alright, the good guys have 5 ships. The bad guys have 7. Richelieu almost dead. One good shot would really make the difference. Friendly North Carolina, yeah, that was just nuts to move up that way and go alone. The combined AA power of that ship along with Vanguard would have been a lot more effective. But what are you going to do? Oh, maybe just a little behind there. And Takao is a very wiggly ship that also has a heel, which so it's a tough one to drag down. Richelieu is healing up, back to 12,000 hit points. Oh, he's on fire. That's a bad break. Looked a little high, but we'll see. Maybe Takao will turn out. Richelieu's going to come around the corner, and I hope eat a face full of torpedoes. But it looks like the torps were not on target.
Problem solved, sir.
Richelieu is back to 12,600 hit points. Yeah, 10,900 and some, but a lot tougher to kill than a couple minutes ago. I'm glad to see Kaga's on the move. Just a question of time till Takao, Cleveland, or the Richelieu spot that ship. Richelieu getting a little cocky there, showing broadside. But did not have to pay any price at all for that, with no damage. Still, despite the disparity in ships, only down by 100 points, and Richelieu showing no respect whatsoever. Maybe we'll see a Citadel here. Nope, but still a nice shot, and it looks as though Richelieu is going to run into those torpedoes this time. Arakaze's got torps out on Richelieu, and also either North Carolina or Takao. Oh, that hurt. And as you may have noticed, the North Carolina that decided to go off alone was, of course, dragged down. That was half of what Alia had left. Okay, we've got a 15-point lead now. But If I were a betting man, I'd say this does not look good. Harakaze is a great ship by all accounts, but with 2 enemy CVs in the game, the effectiveness of that ship, especially if it becomes the only
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
real fighting ship left in the battle, is definitely questionable. And of course, all the red ship captains are aware that there's a DD out there, and they'll just keep bobbing and weaving. Nice shot. Just about dragged down the Takao there. Now the lead continues to grow. It seems pretty obvious the red team knows they need to secure another cap. Trying to get shots on Cleveland, that's probably a good idea. Angle away from Alabama. Might kiss the Kaga here. Yep. Well, you certainly found a good way to double up your AA power. Oh, this could be it for our hero. No, no. The enemy Shikaku went for the Kaga, which may not have been the best choice, but good for Alia. Still in the game. All barrels loaded. And another shot on Cleveland here. Excellent shot. Yeah, you weren't kidding, Alia. This is a close game. Cleveland's a one-shot kill. Takao is potentially a one-shot kill. Enough lead there? I sure hope so. No! Cleveland just able to get in to cover. CV may get it. Oh no. Saipan goes down. That, my friends, I think probably spells the end for Alia's team, but it is not over yet. I imagine Cleveland's probably going to hide, but one of these torpedoes just has to scrape the paint on Alia's ship. And one thing I'm not seeing here is the AA sector activated. You know, to strengthen the AA on one side. I hadn't been looking for it earlier, but I certainly didn't see. Well, I just saw it kind of going into rearming phase, so I stand corrected. Okay, it's 3 ships to 4. Alia's team just clawing to stay in it. Harakaze 540 hit points. Alia with 2,040. Against more or less full health North Carolina and 50% hit point Alabama. Kaga's got 21 hit points. As much as I'd like to say that I think there's a good chance here, again, if I were a betting man, I would not put a whole lot of money on our hero managing to pull off a win here. Now, the one possibility that occurs to me is just, you know, we're down to 50 seconds. Can the good guys hang on for now 45 seconds? If they can, why then this could be a win. But Harakaze is... Oh!
You are the last hope.
Yeah, Harakaze is in trouble, and somebody managed to get the Kaga, which puts the bad guys up. And they've got the ship lead, the points lead, and unfortunately the game, but they don't get much closer than this. We're down to the last 30 seconds or so before this thing was really determined. Excellent game, Alia. You really played a great game. Last one on the team to still be here. Nice dodge. Thanks very much for sending this in, Alia. I really appreciate it.